smoking?
This is it's called a salt.
Somebody gave it's a.
No, salt. What we do is I infuse this with our own GalaxyCon brand of bourbon.
Oh, really? You have a bourbon? You have your own bourbon?
Yeah, GalaxyCon owner. He's a huge.
You call it ambrosia?
I'm not sure if he calls it that, but he gives me a bottle, and I tie up about a dozen sticks in with a shot glass of bourbon and let them sit for about 7 to 8 weeks, and gives them a nice tank.
Nice soggy deal. No, I don't dip mine. Mine are no.
I don't dip them either. I just let them aerate into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dirk, welcome to GalaxyCon Live.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
it's good to be here. This is the first time I've done this, so be good. It might be my last, depending on how this goes. I work better with a live audience, or but so it's kind of what's the word? Disembodied. I feel like that.
I can absolutely assure you, we have an audience. They're in the chat room right now, and they're typing away. And yes, absolutely, we miss hosting. Fantastic.
So people are watching this. People are watching this.
Yes.
Cool. I got my Burt Reynolds hairpiece on. Pretty good.
Okay. Did you get that?
That's good.
All right. Yeah. You'll go. Dirk, you'll be great.
Thank you for that introduction. By the way, you covered a lot of material there.
Well, thank you. I try to do that. I try to let our audience know that our guests are maybe a little bit more than the one thing that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you're fortunate if you're lucky enough to have done something that people remember for 5, 10, 15, 20, and in some cases 40 years. I mean, I'm honored that anybody wants to hear from me.
Well, we're absolutely honored. Dirk, trust me, we're absolutely honored to have you here today, and we absolutely look forward to the time when the world gets back to normal and we can get you on our physical stages and get you back in front of your fans and in front of a live audience. Until that time, we have GalaxyCon Live. This is the GalaxyCon virtual stage, as we call it, and so glad to have you here. So the team right now is going through the chat room, pulling out the questions. I would just like to start off with what drew you to acting? What got you interested in the stage?
Fame and money.
Good. All right. That's
No, it's a long story. I had no interest in acting. I'm sitting in Montana, somewhere in Montana. I can't give away the location because it's top secret, because I'm still in the underground, wanted by some very important people. I wish I was wanted. Nobody wants me. Actually, I'm unwanted. I got an unwanted poster. Unwanted, dead or alive. I ran it in Vanity after I was out of Hollywood. I said, unwanted. No, I grew up in Montana, and I was an outdoor kid and worked on ranches and had no exposure to theaters, certainly, and not even television. So when I was in college, I was a football player, and I had a scholarship to play college football. And I was with my buddies on campus going by the college theater. And they had a sandwich board out there that said, auditions for the spring musical. Now, I didn't know. The theater was like this very weird place. These weird people came in and out. They were always singing and acting, and they were flamboyant. Some of them had tattoos, and some of the guys had earrings. They were very strange. So, and I said to my buddies, I said, I could do that. Because I was musical. I was majoring in music. I had a Dixieland band in high school. I played the piano, and I liked to sing. So I thought I could do that. So they all coughed up some money and dared me to go in and audition, which I did. It was on a Saturday. Sunday morning, I'm walking down the corridor of the freshman men's dorm, and this big, tall, skinny guy who was in the theater, I didn't know him. He became a good friend. What was his name? Brian O'Reilly. He says, "Oh, congratulations, Dirk. You got the lead." I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, the lead. I didn't know what a lead was. I said, He said, Gaylord Ravenel. And I remembered, oh my God, Showboat, the musical. I didn't remember. I'm in this. I was nauseous. I was so, because it was the last thing. I don't like getting up in front of people. I didn't like, and certainly it was not something, I didn't know anything about acting. It was the first. So my friends were laughing. I was very funny. So I went to the head of the department the next day, and it's this big mistake. I just did it for the experience of doing it, and I have no interest, and I'm sure I couldn't do it, and you've got to let me. I can't do it. He says, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Rehearsals on Wednesday. We'll see you. That was it. So I started rehearsals on Wednesday and woke up 25 years later on the set with Mr. T and George Papard and Dwight Schultz. No, it was kind of one thing led to, I did it. I had some ability. I enjoyed the atmosphere because it was relaxed and there were funny people, there were eccentric people because college was so stressful, and I liked the people and I liked the rehearsal process. It was very creative. And the night we opened, I had to go on. I was talking to somebody that I went to college with, and she reminded me, she said, "Do you remember throwing up when you had to go on opening night?" I said, "No, I don't." Throwing up in my dressing room, and I'm off stage, and the professor had to push me up. Wow, that's how terrified I was.
Wow.
And I always had that. I still throw up before major events in my life. It's something it's a habit I've never broken. You can ask my ex-wife. No, so that was it. Then I got out of college. I didn't know what to do. I said, I'm going to go to a professional acting school. So, and I love the theater. I like doing theater, and I did Broadway. Probably the peak of my career for me was starring on Broadway with the great, legendary, iconic, silent screen star, one of the biggest movie stars of all time, Gloria Swanson, who played my mother in the play Butterflies Are Free and became a very close friend, like a second mother to me. Through her, I met Raoul Walsh, I met John Ford, I met Lillian Gish, and the best of all, I used to hang out at her apartment in New York.
Yeah?
In the mid-'70s, right before Battlestar was kind of down and out. I had a good career, 2 Broadway shows, lots of theater, did 3 movies, and then nothing. Had cancer, went away. I wrote the book about that called Confessions of a Kamikaze Cowboy. So when I would go to New York and I would live with Gloria Swanson and her husband Bill. Wow. And remember, the doorbell would ring and Bill would always, I was a kid. I was like the what do you call it? The
houseboy?
The houseboy, thank you. So I would go answer the door, and I opened the door, and there's this woman with a floppy hat and sunglasses. And before I could say anything, she says in this really deep accented voice, "Who are you?" And I said, I'm a friend of Miss Swanson's. Oh, hello, darling. And she walked right past me, and I go into Bill, who's in the kitchen. He says, "Oh, that's Garbo." I said, "You're kidding me." Because at that time in New York, everybody was looking for her, because she was talking about, "Where's Garbo?" Garbo's...
she was full-blown recluse.
Yeah.
And, I want to be alone stage.
I want to be alone. So that was Garbo, and Bill says the girls are going to dish. I mean, gossip. They get together and talk about, Rudy, the big silent movie star. He died young, 30, 31. Oh, America. Rudy, oh, God, this is so embarrassing. I'm having a Joe Biden moment.
Wait, not Valentino.
Valentino.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was trying to remember his
She
name.
would talk about Rudy. She would talk about Rudy, Rudy this and Rudy that, and Pickford. Anyway, so I dipped into that silent movie era through her. And then Fred Astaire, when I did Battlestar, he played my dad. So I had Gloria Swanson as a mom, and I had Fred Astaire as a dad in the entertainment world. Not too bad.
Not bad at all.
And so he had stories about.
I'm sure.
There.
Oh.
Well, that's not me though. That was the guy that I replaced on. That's not me either.
That's the play. Okay.
Well,
they got it half right.
But that was good, Swanson. She was the important part. No, he was let go on Broadway. He had been doing it out on the road in Broadway. She wasn't happy with him, so they were replacing him. And every actor in New York wanted that part because it was a long-running play.
Yeah.
And I got to do it. Yeah.
That's you had a wonderful opportunity. Yeah, you had a wonderful opportunity
with your name above the title with Swanson.
Yeah. And you worked with so many other really wonderful actors too. I mean, say what you want about